Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're early. We're 4 minutes early. It is a few minutes before 7 a.m. on our Saturday. It rained here. It's 72 degrees. I'm a little overdressed, long sleeve shirt, long pants. I get it. Uh, but man, it rained all night. Didn't even notice it. Not all night, but like a good portion of the night. I apparently fell unconscious somewhere around, I want to say 7, not 7. I did a show at 7. A show at 6. I want to say around 8 because the show didn't go too long yesterday. Uh, so I think about 8 p.m. I was unconscious. I woke up around 4 today to 4 this morning, and I've essentially been doodling around the house. Oh, word. I missed messages and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Which goes back to the original problem, right? I have to shift. I can't find enough time in the day to do everything with two shows. And somewhere around like I want to say like 6:37, sometimes earlier, I just sort of get tired and I'm just straight tired. Uh, and I lay down just for a second. I don't even know who I'm even kidding with this anymore. And then I wake up and it'll be like 4 in the morning. Um, yeah, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna change it. We're gonna shift it around. I hope your day is good. I feel bad because yesterday didn't go too long, and on top of that, you know, I have to really do something about that. Uh, yeah, I mean, I should be sleeping right now, right? Should I be asleep? So yeah, I think we're gonna shift the morning shows, 7 a.m. But I think we are going to do the. How come that shows up over there, not over here? What's going on here? Oh, here it is. All right. Yeah. Tired. So I decided to slow down on my coffee and my smoking and my drinking. This was a couple of days ago because I'm that guy. And we also decided to shift the show. We moved the afternoon segments 3 times, right? This way we'll move the I don't want to move the morning show though. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to have to get used to not. Should I even? I should finish off the coffee I have in the cupboard. It's half a pot, but me polishing up half a jar of coffee would likely take a month, right? I don't want to quit in a month. I want to quit now. Uh, you know what it is. Let's play some guitar. At least pluck around. We're supposed to have a schedule today or this weekend. I know. Sometimes we fall behind, but we won't fall behind permanently. Woo! Excuse me. Man, we're gonna have to get used to not having coffee. But in my honest opinion, I don't think I drink all the coffee anyway. I drink like half of it. So I could just have a smaller cup. But then I want to drink a cup and a half. So this way I drink a cup and a half. And yeah, first world problem, baby. Let's bring in some natural light up in here. I mean, it's cloudy, but oh man, better. So I think when I quit coffee the last time, it took forever for me to feel kind of clear-headed, and I think it was psychosomatic, right? Because I drink a lot of water, so I know there wasn't caffeine floating around in my body, and I know caffeine's addictive, but I mean, I felt bad for like 2 months. Excuse me. We went through this yesterday with my watery eyes. Bright light change temperature. Oh yeah, it's all good. Uh, yeah. All right, it's Saturday. Let's wake up. Uh, and I think I had a lot of sleep. I got a lot of sleep yesterday. Waking up at 4 nonetheless. I could sort of feel like I could go back to sleep. You know what it is? I ate I ate a lot of brisket yesterday. I had like 4 brisket sandwiches. I do not regret it. No, I don't regret it. I should have had 4 brisket sandwiches and a big ass salad, but I never eat that much. I mean, I gorge myself on like, it was great. But yeah, I never eat that much, and shame on me for having eaten that much yesterday. But it was my Friday, and I felt really, really good and really, really full. But you got to watch it. Food is a fickle mistress. You'll get used to stuff that you won't have next week, right? Uh, Something's got to shift. I shouldn't be here trying to talk to you while I'm so tired. And I think the tired is because of that beef brisket. That brisket was awesome. God, man, how big up. I think I still have I think it was Curse of a Curious Mind. I'm gonna put that down. I gotta go find out. Give me a second. I'm not. I'm sure. I'm not even gonna make coffee. Give me a second. Huh. I don't think I understand how to read these things. All right. So it doesn't say how net weight 12 ounces. All right. Yeah, 3/4 of a pound. Let's put this. Let's put. I want to read this in here. 3/4 of a pound of brisket gone in a shot. I have got to tell you, I threw that warmed it up, threw it in the microwave, threw it in the toaster oven for about 35 minutes, and just had brisket sandwiches all day yesterday. So ridiculous. I was like, oh, I'll just have one. And that started at 4. And by the time the 6 o'clock show came around, I was a comatose mess. And the show lasted an hour, so it lasted about 7. They didn't make it to 8. Lasted an hour and a half. And then I was in bed by like, if it ended at 7:30, I was in bed by like 7. Because I was in that chair. Why am I telling you all this? Like, you need to know. I was like doing some YouTube guitar looking, and then I just sort of fell asleep in that chair here for like an hour. Then I just didn't even cut any of this off. I just walked to the other room and passed out on the bed. Then I woke up at 4. Oh, I'm tired now. And we haven't been streaming for very long. And I feel like we've been streaming for an hour. Guess I should cut more lights on. Or get some coffee. I don't want coffee. That was the thing about quitting. I had to come up. I had to naturally be in the day without coffee. The older I get, the less I like being addicted to shit. So what are we doing today? Did we even check the stream? We didn't. All right. Oh, good Lord. Be wary who claim to be your friends, dog. That's all I gotta say. Be wary who claim to be your friends, dog. That's all I gotta say. Be wary who claim to be your friends, dog. Pretty good. All right, so we're gonna set up tomorrow's stream. Not tomorrow's stream, this afternoon's stream, as we've begun doing Saturday Eve, right? What was a valuable lesson we learned yesterday about brisket? One, it's delicious, and you can't just have one slice. And if you are not careful, you will end up eating all of the brisket in one sitting. I apologize. I should have known this lesson. I apparently did not know this lesson. But what is it? Forewarned is forearmed is forewarned is forearmed. Yeah, I know, essentially. What else are we doing? Woo! It's quite a day. All right, so are we gonna check the other two? We can check the other two later, but let's check it now. Yeah, I want to play more video games. I hate to say it. Mute this. All right. Yep, we got tone. Let's close this. And well, for God's sakes. I realize that these weekends, man, they begin to blur together just because I think we've become sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-engaged on the weekends. I mean, you should be engaged, right? But non-engaged on the weekends, I think, is a thing. And I think if you engage yourself on the weekends, you'd be better. That's closed. Can we close this? Thank you. All right. So we should be all clear. How do you engage yourself on the weekends? I think a lot of people expect to just cruise in and be like, oh, work's over. I'm just going to sit down. And you should. Like, I just ate all that brisket. You should be able to sit down and chill for a minute. But what if you did something? What if every weekend you coached a little league team, or you went hiking, or then you've got weekends with sort of like a discipline, like a function, like you're running at something, and that probably will dictate your weekend. Whew. All right. Let's close this. Yeah, I think I have to. I mean, I can't just keep drinking coffee or ice cold water. And even when I ran, I used to run and then come home if I was exhausted and take a nap. Ooh, I'm not even running now. I'm just like tired and taking naps. All right. So what are we doing? We're acknowledging that we're tired, which is good, right? That's healthy. We're also acknowledging that we're on a mission from God here. Ouch. Uh, and we have to do the thing. So the thing is just going to shift from 2-a-days to 1-a-days. And we're likely relocated. And the one that will likely fall will likely be the 7 a.m. show. Because we moved the 4 a.m. to 4. We moved the 7 p.m. rather to 4 p.m. and then back. No, I'm sorry. It was 4 p.m. Then we moved it to 7, have it later in the day. Then we moved it back to 4, and then we moved it to 6, which is where it is now. So it's been moved 3 times: 7, 4, 7, then 6, right? So I guess the 6 will be 4 times. It's been moved 4 times. All in trying to find a harmonious sort of space to pull it off. When I'm tired and I'm not. What's the word? Beat down by the day, I guess you could say. That brisket was a mistake in hindsight, but in sight, it was fine. I feel like I'm still eating it. I can feel the weight of it on me. That's how powerful it was. Uh, what you got planned for your day? First of all, I'm gonna have to change clothes. It's supposed to be like 82 degrees today, so I'm gonna have to change clothes. Uh, Shorts and a t-shirt. I can't walk around in this. I also have to do a shit ton of laundry and a shit ton of ironing, which I haven't been able to get to because of the early morning pod and then work and then come home sort of scattered. Yeah. What am I gonna do? Because right now I could go for like coffee, but oh, I have to give up coffee. It's amazing. All right, so this has happened before. I had to get up and throw water on my face. I just feel really sort of tired and laid back. And when I strum the guitar too quietly, the strumming will make me tired. Uh, maybe I should play my electric. I don't know. Well, today is the last day of July. It is the 31st, and you are about to enter into, if you haven't already, enter into your August. August famously known for being the last uh, vestige of summer, right? People are going to be like, oh man, I got to go back to school or college in like 30 days. No one thinks that in July, where you like, you got a whole month of summers and you begin to get trepidatious about it. I want to say around August, right? That's when most people go back to the beginning of September. It's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff. Uh, so, wow, I may need coffee. Am I gonna have to wean myself? Do you even need to wean yourself off of coffee? I didn't wean myself off of coffee the last time. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Coffee. Probably deep coffee. Well, I thought that would be funny, but it's not even. Decaf. Oh, hate decaf. Huh. Do you need to what is it called? When you don't decompress. When you give up alcohol, you de something. You de it'll come to me. Quitting cough. Sort of happened cold turkey, really. It sort of happened. SAMHSA National Helpline is free. How I quit coffee cold turkey for 7 days without caffeine. The single worst way to quit drinking coffee, says experts. And really, is it that bad? The single worst way to quit, you just quit. They're acting like it's heroin. Being responsible causes drink comes with plenty of health benefits, which range from elevated energy levels, improved athletic performance, and a lower risk of some diseases. Pair your coffee with tea, ugh, not in the same cup, obviously, and new research indicates that you may, in fact, add to your life. What is the new research? Who is this? What new research is this? The coffee habit you haven't tried could extend your life. Japanese researchers shed light on surprising bit. Okay, Japanese researchers. Not to throw shade at the Japanese researchers, but you're routinely drinking coffee in excess. Regularly having more than 4 cups of 400 milligrams of coffee per day could be a good idea to kick the habit entirely. The question remains, what is the best way to quit drinking coffee? Ugh, just tell me. Um, So yeah, the art of quitting drinking coffee, that is. Uh, Quitting smoking, quitting, right? Uh, it is what it is. What are we gonna do? Do we want to cut more lights on? I feel like it's well lit in here, but I feel like I need more light. I am really tuckered. I can't figure it out. Should I stand up? Because, like I said, I got up at 4. I didn't do much. I think I watched more videos. I may have had a glass of whiskey, but just the one, because I knew I was going to be here at 7. And I was like, maybe I should cook something. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to tell you, this whole keyboard setup, oop, this whole keyboard setup is covered in dust because it's by the window. And when the light hits it, it looks bad. But you can't live in a clean room, right? Whew. But yeah, I'm not happy about it. It's messy AF. Let's go over here. All right. All right. Well, I guess we are going to cut some lights on or have coffee. I'm not having coffee, but I do have a slight pain right here. That might be my first withdrawal symptoms where I'm just kind of like, "Argh." So yeah, let's cut on more lights and not have any more coffee. Yeah, I'm stumping around like just kind of like, I am tired. And I have a lot, well, here's the thing. I always have stuff to do. I don't always do it. So it's not like there isn't shit on my itinerary. Oh, the wind is trying to blow. That's nice. It's not like I have an itinerary so much as a bunch of things that I could be filling with and fixing. And I'm not. But that doesn't mean that you can't, you shouldn't, right? Uh, yeah, I think the thing is to do it at night. And then we could cruise through midnight if we wanted to. But the 7 a.m. thing, well, the 7 a.m. thing is close to work. I don't know. I just think this is sort of beginning to kick me, which is fine. Like I said before, I'm not as young as I used to be. What was that? Hold on. Hmm. Who knows what that was? Uh, let's have that run for the sake of running. We haven't been streaming for very long, just 30 minutes. I gotta tell you, without coffee, this is weird. I mean, there's something definitely wrong, and I feel not just tired for lack of coffee, but fuzzy in the head case. And coffee's supposed to be able to like clear your early. That's why people have it at morning. Um, I can't just keep doing coffee and all these other anomalies. I'm not trying to be a vegetarian. I still love like steaks and stuff, but at the same time, I can't keep smoking and drinking and on a nightly, especially after this pandemic. So I have to figure out a way out of that, which I think is a fairly easy fix. Just don't do it anymore, but still you have to replace it with something. And what are you going to replace it with? There's the problem. Wow, this light is bright. I may have to run and go get sunglasses. Uh, uh. So I've got like a temple ache and like an eye ache now. So maybe I will shut this light because it's triggering my bad eye. But we do need light in here, so this is where we are. Ooh wee. Remember, there are always a shock to the system that you have to adjust for, right? What is it? Everybody's system is different. Man, this caffeine thing is really. What do people eat in the morning for energy other than coffee? I would like to know. But Olympic athletes have coffee too, so. Hmm. I don't know what kind of stream this is. I'm actually may end this stream early too. I'm sort of burnt. I could get up and walk around, but that's not what we're here for. We could run through the news. That's really not what we're here for either. I'm just sort of, I'm not baked. I'm just tuckered in this weird way. Eviction moratorium expires. Most of them are black people. Democrats let this happen, they should lose every election from the next 10 years. Costa Rican Luciana Alvarado raises fist during gymnastic floor routine in support of Black Lives Matter. The Mexico economy grows stronger on U.S. demand. If America stopped using Mexico suppliers, they'd be out of business. It's all Olympics. All over the country, they're trying to restrict your right to vote. It's not good. All this news is just shit news. Actor movies, new movie star news, who's dating who news. I mean, this is all celebrity news, reality show shit. Ex-cop jailed the head of Capitol riot trial after purchasing a newly nearly 3 dozen guns and ammo. It's all celebrities. It's all celebrities. I mean, Trump stuff. Don't threaten public officials. They're all stupid. Oh boy. All right. Well, we don't even have Saturday news, so yeah. Ooh, that's not good. I'll put that here. Uh yeah. It's 7:30 on a Saturday. Uh we could do a whole host of stuff, but not in here because this is my desktop. I can't cook anything in here. I could bring the hot water kettle in, and that would be ridiculous. Uh I don't know. Seems like a quiet one today. Uh this will definitely not be going 3.5 hours like they normally do. So yeah, maybe we'll be different at the 4 o'clock show. Let's you want to look up some news because there isn't any news on my phone app. It's all celebrity. I wonder what Fox liberals from White House Hawaii push for mask mandates. New Orleans EMS can't keep up with calls, COVID calls. An eviction moratorium expires here are the latest remarks. They're talking about 25 million people are going to be homeless. That's not good. You got to do something about that. But the question is, what are they going to do about that? Blame the victim? What's wrong with people? Christian cinema is not serious. From Afghan to interpret to homeless. So you're gonna bring. Look, I get it. Sounds good on paper that you're gonna bring all these people here, but some of those people worked against you. I get it. You wouldn't be able to come here with a foreign army and have Americans help you learn the language and where to go, and then when they leave, have those Americans stay here because they cease to be Americans and they deserve the darkest penalty, right? Because at the end of the day, they're traitors, and you can't trust a traitor. I can't. Benedict Arnold famously was treated like shit when he moved to England, and rightfully so. Who can trust you? Oh my gosh. So yeah, people aren't even getting people aren't getting these shots, and then they're showing up swollen to be in the ER rooms. I don't know. CDC says vaccinated people breakthrough infection can spread. So people who are vaccinated can still spread it. That's the way to get everybody to wear a mask. Okay. But the people who don't get it and then get coronavirus, even if they survive, are they still giving it to people? Because if they're not, and then you take the virus, you take the antivirus, and then you take the shot, and then you get it, but you don't have any symptoms, but you can give it to people. Sounds to me worse. It does. It sounds worse. It sounds like getting it, having it run through your system, and then being done with it is better than, man, I don't know. This whole thing is so fucking so weird. Who do we get our news from? No one's trustworthy. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right. We are not gonna have coffee. Wow, the wind is blowing. All right. So man, look, it's just Saturday. You do not have to be up this early. I have to be up this early, but I gotta tell you, ugh, it really is not easy without coffee. Um, in the old days, I used to have a dog who would insist that we get up and go out in the morning, so she was my coffee. Now it's just kind of like, but I don't want to go back to sleep. I want to actually do stuff, but now I don't have the energy to, and I've got a pain in the side of my head. None of these are good. None of these are good. I have to figure out a way to be my usual enthusiastic self. I was about to say exuberant. But it is what it is, right? Coffee is mad. This is why we all like it. I got to get away from it. I guess there's no, well, I got stuff to do today, though. I mean, I have to figure out the schedule and how to write on it and not keep destroying it when I do. I don't want to go and buy another whiteboard. All right, it's weird. We've been streaming for 15 minutes, 45 minutes. Uh, this one may get cut early because I'm really freaking exhausted. I really am. Or I could cave and make coffee. Mind you, the show's going to change by the 5th the day 50, and we're, I want to say, 7 days away from that. Right, day 43. Yeah, I really do have to blame the sausages. The sausages, the brisket, the sausages. I was watching this guy cook hot dogs, and this British guy cooked. It's not bangers and mash, but it was like hot dogs and not hot dogs, sausages, and like French fries at like a fish and chip shop. And I was like, huh, um, what would they call them? Savoy, like some type of sausage. I think they call them Savoy. But I was like, I could go for a giant fat, keep your mind out of the gutter here, sausage covered with mustard, just off the plate. One of the best things, man, like a good sausage covered with like a kielbasa, one of those German sausages. Get a little burnt crust on it, cooking it as a hot skillet. First, you boil it. If it's frozen, you boil it, get it plump, and then you burn it on a grill with a little olive oil. Yeah, I can totally get behind that. Oh, whew. All right. So I think today is going to be a short one, super short one, because I'm exhausted. And normally, even when I am exhausted, I come around, and I'm not coming around. I think it's the coffee. If this is the effects of me without coffee, how are we going to do this for the next 10 days without coffee? And if that's the case, why do these early without it? Man, coffee. I got to tell you, I just drink a pot and a half of the stuff a day. And it's amazing that I'm down to just 1 cup of coffee in the morning. I mean, I used to drink it all day, throughout the day. Hot coffee in the morning, iced coffees in the afternoon. Wired, jittery, caffeinated mess. So now I have to do the same thing with the 1 cup of coffee that I like out of my flag mug. Hmm. All right. So what do you guys got going on today? I hope you get out of the house. Hope you get to the beach. Uh, I hope that you get a meal in. You go to the beach and have a meal. All right. Beach. Beach breakfast. Big girl IHOP. Ugh. Pop's Diner. 10 best. Super tempting. Little Creek, Chicks Beach, and Chesapeake Beach. Beach. Photos. Come on, photos. Yeah, look at this. You be right at home. Ooh. Oh, hey, that's my hometown. What does the beach? Where does the beach sand come from? Come from ground rocks and stones throughout the ages, right? That's where sand comes from. Perforated rocks and stones and volcanic everything. Look up beach. All the beach information is about my local beach, which is amazing. All right. All right. Oh boy. We don't have anything to talk about here. That's the sad thing, right? I got to tell you, it's a totally different experience without coffee in the early morning. I can feel what's wrong with me. Semi-attentive, semi sort of awake. My eyelids are heavy. I feel like I'm talking, but then 5 minutes later, I'm like, did I say anything? Whereas on coffee, I'm just kind of like beep, 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 ding, 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 bang, 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 just bouncing off of everything. Uh, wow. Yeah. So we're gonna change these because the morning shows are killing this old dog, and we're gonna keep the afternoon shows and make them richer. But this show isn't supposed to end till the 50th episode. The 50th episode, right? Which would be 10 days, 2 days. That's 20 shows. Um, and then I'll have sort of a different plan to sort of be able to kick it with you guys at a wow, it's a nice breeze. To kick it with you guys at like later in the afternoon when we're all off of work and out of school. That will make more sense. Mind you, I'm new to streaming, so you hear the motorcycles racing? Ugh. So I was listening to this motorcycle guy. My mind my mind wandered a bit because I was thinking about like first of all, it rained here. It rained last night, and you heard that guy going one 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 one. I was saying like if the mic could pick it up, Mike didn't pick it up. But I've mentioned this before. There's always these guys. There's another one. There's always these guys zipping down this boulevard on these motorcycles like late at night, where I guess they don't expect a lot of cars. But that's when you get in the motorcycle. Cause you're and then I might pull into like, so all these kind of things. But the roads are wet too. And that, I'm like, even if you're an excellent braker, you have to allow for another 50 feet of wet road when you jam on your brakes. And if you're jamming on your brakes, you're fucked in the first place because you never want to be jamming on your brakes. Maybe they're not racing. Maybe that's the high pitch of the bike. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I always give like bicyclists, people with kids who happen to be near the roadway, like I go like purposely, I give them a giant berth. Uh, just because I was a biker my whole life, I guess. And people have come really close to me, like kind of. I felt like they skinned me, and I was like, "What is wrong with that asshole?" Right? Some people are stupid with their cars. I think some people play a game of how close I can get to you. Yeah, I don't like the famous clip of that old guy who hit that biker and cursed him out for being in the road, and then they arrested him for vehicle endangerment and sent him to jail for 25 years. Reckless. It was super reckless, and that's why I'm like some of you guys, you're gonna get old with this philosophy, and you're gonna snap at 65, 70, and they're gonna throw your ass in jail because you were egregious. You got away with it once too many times. Let's see if I can find it. Uh man, Texas man who swerved into motorcyclists in a viral video May 31st, 2017. In a viral video sent to prison, warning graphic images and language, Eric Sanders and his passengers were struck by a swerving car on October 17 as he tried to pass on 10 Top Highway near Granbury, Texas. A man who intentionally swerved into a couple on a motorcycle in Hood County, caused them to crash and injure themselves in 2015, was sentenced to 15 years in prison, his attorney has confirmed. William Sam Crum, 69. He's going to do 15 years. This is that old fucking, I hate to say it, that old Southern bullshit of I can do whatever I want in a changing landscape. Remember, the only one, the feds tried to lock up these cops who killed these 3 civil rights bus riders, right? And they arrested the cops. The cops were found not guilty, but they arrested them because they knew they had something to do with it, right? And since then, no one in the South arrested any cops, and here we are 50 years fucking later. And I think people get emboldened with I can do anything I want. And this is, every now and then you get one of them. He's 69. Why'd you slam into these 2 people? What were you thinking? And now he gets 15 years for it. So he's going to be 84 when he gets out? If it Crum has been jailed since his arrest on October 15, 2019, said his attorney, Lucas Lawrence. He was accused of purposely swerving into Kawasaki motorcycle on 10 Top Highway the previous Saturday, causing motorcycle Eric Sanders, 37, to crash. He did this before. A video of the incident taken by a fellow motorcyclist with a camera attached to his helmet went viral soon after, attracting millions of views. It shows the motorcyclist from behind being sped up, and he bumped into him, like, boom. This is the motorcycle, and he hits the motorcycle with his car. Like, it really is just fucked up shit. I don't care, Crum says when confronted after the crash. I don't care. In the jailhouse interview the day after his arrest, Crum showed his leg where he claimed that a spider had bitten him, causing him to momentarily lose control of his vehicle. And he said that if Sanders hadn't been breaking the law by trying to pass him in a no-pass zone, the crash would never have happened. Right? Oh, it's not my fault. It was an accident, but that piece of shit was responsible. Kind of like, never really taking responsibility for anything. His jury trial, 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon caused bodily injury, lasted 2 days. Crum, no stranger to trouble, will remain in the Hood County Jail until he is transferred to a unit. Yeah. It's sort of fucking, some people are ridiculous. People are really ridiculous and arrogant about it until you drag them into a court and go, no. You're not just going to walk because you believe you are somehow special and those people are less than. The law is for everybody. And like I said this before about the January 6th people, those same people would have had no problem if this was Black Lives Matter going, they should all get life in prison and they're pieces of shit. They're all traitors, yada, yada, yada. Now, bam, those same people with all those text messages about, like, essentially racist text messages are now like, no, I deserve a second. And I've always been a good citizen and you should have sympathy for me. Sympathy for the devil. Why would anyone have sympathy for you when you have no mercy for anybody else? And this is the thing. Like, man, some people live above the law and they're arrogant about it. And my whole position is when you catch them slipping, as we say in the hood, right, throw the book at them. You as a citizen who won't ever get this chance again should absolutely throw the book at them because they can't wait to make it impossible for you to feed your family so they can get a bigger yacht, right? People getting out of jail for 30 years who didn't do it, and you don't even look at the cops or the prosecutor or the judge if he was asleep, is outrageous. And it just keeps getting worse. And I think there's a whole bunch of guys like this guy, let's put this guy up on screen, who's like, I can do whatever I want. And people go, yeah, no, you don't know anybody here, and you're looking at 15 years in jail, and all of a sudden it's, oh no, a spider bit my leg. Really? All right, well, why didn't you tell the people who arrested you so they could take a sample of your neurologicals and all this? It just seems like you're pulling out of your butt. Yeah, yeah. This is why you should have a camera in your car. Y'all heard that? All right, put this back here. What was this for? What's the whole environment is shifty. Okay. I have golf clubs in the hallway, and I keep a golf ball on top of these clubs that I don't use. And every now and then, the moisture makes the bag softer, and it slides off of where I keep it. Yeah, golf clubs, and I don't play skateboards, and I no longer do that. Graphic image and language. Eric Sanders and passengers were struck by a swerving car on October 17, 2015, as they tried to pass on 10 Top Highway near Granbury, Texas. Yeah, people are like, I pass people, they act like, how dare you pass me down here? There's a lot of this kind of like goofy, I just think it's racist energy, arrogant, racist energy. And the arrogance bleeds itself into all other people who are not, like, if you're a young white person, you'll run into them too. And then all of a sudden you're a hippie, or you know what I mean? It's just, I can look down my nose at you. And it started out with telling people that they were superior. And now, as they're older and they've gotten away with it for 50 years, a lot of them run into this stuff. Like that guy who shot that boy at a parking lot because the music, not a parking lot, a gas station, because his music was loud. What was he thinking? And then as soon as it dawns on him what he's done, all of a sudden he was in fear for his life. He's got to listen to some shifty lawyer who tell him this is how you get away with that. How we always let you get away with it. Right? They were just playing music in their car and a shot rang out. You just watch them and you're steaming. See, there's the bug. I'm gonna spin this around for you guys to see this bug. Look at him. Look at him. All right. Well, I got it. All that is because of the screen. That's the bug I was complaining about all day yesterday. Going, look at him. He's like, he's begging. There's a wasp nest up there. And then he sort of ended up prime time talking to you guys at the 1 hour mark. Ugh, I feel a little more kind of like cohesive and awake. But yeah, that took 40 minutes to get here. So are we gonna make these 8 o'clock? No, I can't make them 8 o'clock. Yeah, that guy who shot that boy in the garage, not garage, at like the 7-Eleven essentially. I think people get away with it forever, and then eventually they're caught up in it where they can't get out, and their behavior that they've been doing forever is fully on display. And they don't want you to believe that they're any of the things that they are: sexist, racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, yada yada, et cetera, et cetera. And it happens with all groups, right? Black people do shit, fuck these Asians, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it wasn't because of race. But I'm also one of these guys who've had a fight with two homosexuals, and it wasn't because I hated them. They got out of pocket, fucking touch me. What's wrong with you? And then when if the cops would have showed up, because I was going by the cops, the time the cops showed up, right, on a busy New York street. By the time they would, I'm pretty sure they would have been like, it's because of race is bullshit, right? And now you're going to use the racism to your advantage. So this is, I mean, you better watch who you're dealing with. Everybody's full of shit. Nobody really wants the truth of what goes on. And not everything is racist or hatred. Some people get their ass kicked because they're assholes, right? And they go too far. You may be gay, but you got your ass kicked because you went too far, not because you're gay, right? And there you have it. So we're at a place now where ridiculousness is king, because people explain it. I remember the guy who shot his attorney because, man, I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore. Uh, I really do think that these are the people who are, one, somewhat on a mental decline. They're like, and they fall into what they've always been, right? These arrogant, mean-spirited, racial, sexual, sort of fucked up people. And now all of a sudden they're unhappy in their 60s or 70s, and someone's got to be, you know, the aggressor to them. 15 years at 67. You know, it is what it is. All right, so what are we doing? Whew. I think today we've got life maintenance shit to do. We've got the core family. Ooh, let's hit it again. Core family, right? We got to clean up this apartment, clean up this desk, clean up that back section, tidy up my kitchen, tidy up my bedroom, tidy up the den, and fix the patio. So that's easily like 4 hours worth of fucking cleaning, which is not going to get done. Uh, Actually, I say that I should make sure that it all gets done today. You know how smug and proud and arrogant I would be at the 6 o'clock show if I managed to do it all today? Plus, I have to do the schedule. I have two schedules. I have a workout schedule, light workout schedule that I want to put on a bigger board, and I have the guitar, uh, so we can work with intention. I was so tired yesterday. I must have been in bed by 8. Outrageous. Yeah, not as young as I used to be, baby. That's what the kids say. So what are we doing for breakfast? I'm sitting here thinking about it. I sort of want pancakes, but I'm bad at pancakes. I don't ever make pancakes because I'm bad at them. So I might run up to IHOP and get pancakes and sausage. Maybe I'll stream that. Y'all want to have breakfast with me in like an hour at the Waffle Hut? Uh, waffles are only good when they come straight out of the waffle nader. Uh, I don't know. Waffles, pancake, sausage. I could go get more brisket and be comatose by 2 in the afternoon. What energy foods are there other than coffee? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? What energy foods are there other than coffee? If I wanted something, if I want to get away from coffee, but I need a kick in my day, what else can I have that's as immediate, right? Don't tell me to eat something and in 40 minutes you'll be fine. Like you sip coffee and you begin to feel its effect to you in like 10 minutes. Really, like 5 to 10 minutes. Is there only caffeine in coffee and Coca-Cola? So, let's look up substitutes for caffeine and watch. It's gonna be all this lame stuff. Look, let's put this down. All right, let's do it. It should be two N's and oh, I'm about to say two N's. It should be two F's. Here are 9 delicious alternatives to coffee. Chicory coffee, like coffee beans, chicory root can be roasted, ground, and brewed. Maca tea, golden milk, lemon water, yerba. What are any of these things? 9 alternatives. The new modeling. Look at how many. Look at her. She's covered in piercings and tattoos. That is the new model. I don't even know what chicory coffee is. Chicory root tastes similar to coffee, but it's caffeine free. No, I want the caffeine. All right. This is hipster nonsense. We'll close this and close that. I want the caffeine. I want the caffeine. Uh, do I want the caffeine? I don't like decaffeinated coffee. So that's a good question. What is my issue with coffee? I just want to move away from it. I guess I don't want the caffeine. I don't drink sodas because of all the sugar and the caffeine. That plus I don't really like them. I think I've had like five Dr. Peppers in my life. But Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, in my opinion, are the worst sodas I've ever just my humble opinion I've ever tasted. Ginger ale, love them. Mwah, it's genius ginger ale. But I mean, again, a lot of salt, not a lot of salt, but there's sodium in there. A lot of sugar and a lot of caffeine. Several Seagram's doesn't have caffeine. But yeah, drink more water, okay. But then you get bored with water. What else do you drink? Martinis, fruit flavored water. I mean, you've got options, but when you're up this early to get up, what perks you? I would like a hot beverage that, again, may not have caffeine that I can sip here that isn't decaffeinated coffee. Decaffeinated coffee is the worst. I love tea, but tea has more caffeine than coffee. It is what it is, right? So today, on the last day of July 31, 2021. My meaty hands keep touching the high E string, low E string, high E string, low E. I can go get my car washed, take my guitar and a tripod, stick it up there, have them wash my car and play bad chords about my automobile. I was supposed to game yesterday, out like a fucking light. I was supposed to have my man Pietro on this pod this week. Didn't get to do that. Yeah, I think if we're gonna, will we even make it to 50? I think okay, maybe I should keep drinking coffee up until the 50th episode. But it's gonna change anyway. And I have a thing about numbers. Instead of changing it here at 43, change it at 50, right? But do I keep doing the same bad thing that I was doing up until we get to 50? Right. It's sort of like here in Virginia. They were like, we're gonna make weed legal in 2024, and you can sell it then, but you can't have it. So, but now we're gonna decriminalize it. And people are like, so wait, you're gonna keep arresting people? I mean, it's still criminalized, right? You're gonna get fines and may not go to, but it's still fucking against the law. You're saying, why you're gonna intend to make it legal in 2 years. And then they immediately went, okay, yeah, right. You know what? We're going to make it legal in July because it didn't make any sense. You know what? In 2 years, we're going to make it illegal for you to hurt your family, hit your husband or your wife or your kids or whatever. Until then, have at it. People will be like, wait, what? What? If that's the right thing, do that shit now. Fucking these people. Ugh. So what do we want? We want some guitar skill, which is slowly but surely a path we're walking down. So what are we doing this? We can go down to the beach. I can't go down to the beach dressed like this, obviously. Who could I cajole to go onto the beach with me today? This is why I keep saying you need to make friends, because I don't have any friends here in Virginia. Yeah. And sometimes I just want to be able to call up and say, hey, let's go to the beach. But also, I'm weirdo because I'm like, ugh, everybody's got coronavirus. Get away from me. It's like everybody's got the cooties. All right. It's a slow and steady day. We're gonna end it. We've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Normally we go for 3 hours. Well, those would naturally. Well, are they even normal anymore? Though if haven't gone for 3 hours in like 5 days, 4 days. And the last three have been an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. For all the same, very much the same reasons. I need to shave. Uh, tuckered them. We're not going to give up our presence on these websites. Stop presenting. Yes. We're not going to give up our presence on these websites. Obviously, we're still going to be learning the guitar every day for 1,000 days. There just won't be two of them a day. There won't be a morning and a night. There'll just be likely a night. Coffee. Am I really even going to? Should I even? Because if I had coffee, we could go another 2 hours. It's Saturday. Normally, our Saturday streams are like 3.5 hours long. And I'm thinking about ending it now. It's an hour and 20 minutes in. And I think the defining factor of that is that I'm not on coffee. That's going to bear some. That's like, hey, if I'm doing drugs and you guys like me on drugs, am I not going to get clean so you guys can better like me? You know what I mean? I think a lot of the Hollywood people have had this problem and then sort of succumb to it, right? The genius of John Belushi and John Candy, and versus people who get sick and pass away, like Gilda Radner. Um, do I want to continue being a coffee guy? No, I want to sort of. I want to. Well, I'm not. Oh, okay. Let's everybody just calm down. We're not trying to purify our system like with some religious zealot nut job who don't like coffee and don't like smoking and don't like drinking. I realized I said all of those in a few, but on this journey, you know, the journey is a slow walk. And sometimes we change, right? We might change back. Maybe I should have coffee. But does coffee make the show interesting? No, I make the show interesting. But I can't be interesting if I'm not awake. But also, like, things will go wrong. And I'm like, and I think that rage is part of the coffee issue, right? So that's really what it is. I'm like, I don't want this caffeine, and I also don't want to be. So it is what it is, man. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, it's so nice. It really is really nice. After the global warming, by the way, this coffee thing won't be an issue because there won't be any coffee beans anymore. Coffee beans, grapes. Only weeds and root vegetables, root seeds will likely still be viable. So that's like peanuts. Peanuts grow underground, like right. Um, and they're talking about a difference of 4 degrees. Look at that, 4. Look at me. high school graduate, 4 degrees. Uh, a lot of these things won't survive it, but other things will thrive in it. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we will thrive in it. Maybe we will not. Uh, and I wouldn't say that we've been thriving in it, quite frankly, so much as existing in it. I mean, all this stuff is bad. Like you're digging up oil still, living off the blood and bone and sinew of some dead animal 1,000 million years ago. Maybe not 1,000 million, but yeah, like a billion or 2 years ago. No, wait, 1,000 million is a billion. All right, good. As long as we're not being stupid here, 1,000 million. I wonder if Siri will know. Let's ask Siri. She knows all. Siri, what is 1,000 million?
Here's an answer from Diffin.com. A billion is 1,000 million, or 1 billion, 10 cap 9.
A million. A billion is 1,000 million, right? All right. I'm really gonna have to think about this. I make these rash decisions, and then I run at them. Right? You don't need to think about a decision too long. There was a fly in here. It just kind of like swung by my eyelashes, and But sometimes they're too small to actually see until they're right up on you. And then by the time you do this gesture took that tiny little thing anywhere in this whole bag. Can you think about if you walked into like a giant's house, right? For whatever reason, you walk into the giant's house and everything was the same size as the giant, and you're the giant, right? Everything the same size as you right now. But, let's say it was slightly different because these things don't walk up to us, they fly. They can get near our faces. So let's say you could do that, get near their faces, but you would still about the size of not even a grain of sand. What is smaller? You were the size of a speck. Like you were the size of a pixel on a TV monitor. You were the size of a pixel on TV monitor. And you could somehow, like, nothing you could do to that giant would bother him, right? I mean, I may notice you on my arm and I may do this, but even me doing this is going to kill you, right? So you have to be, and when you do this, that's a torrent of air and wind. That's going to, this really is quite amazing. I was at the light yesterday and a butterflies always fly like they're drunk to me, right? Just kind of like drop three, then up, then. But all these cars was whizzing by, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to end up on someone's windshield. But he managed to make it. And I was thinking maybe a bird to pick him out of the air. Beautiful butterfly. Now I only see them alone. I used to see them like, there used to be a few of them as a kid. And as I get older, I see less and less butterflies. And when I do see them, I see them I see them solitary. And there's supposed to be giant colonies of them, just like those cicadas that came out. Butterfly. Flies. I'm gonna call it swarm. Watching a breathtaking monarch butterfly swarm. In nature, a breathtaking monarch butterfly swarm. Immerse yourself in monarch butterflies. Yeah, let's bring this up. I mean, people talk about saving America. Is America worth saving if it's just a fucking parking lot? Of course, you can't see it. Let's get rid of this. Look at these things. Look at them sitting on a plant. Look at this. I mean, there used to be a bunch of them, and now there's only onesies. Look how far they go back. They're all up in this part of the trees. Yeah, they come up through Mexico, up into the Carolinas, up to Rhode Island and Maine, and into New York and up. Yeah, look at them just hanging out there. Ah, here you go. So they all monarch migration. Look at this. Fall migration is backwards. But they all over America. They kind of they get back to this tiny little region right here, and then they do the same thing over. The yellow ones is them migrating in. Look at this. And then they all just freaking man. It's so beautiful. Seriously, it really is so impressive. Monarch butterfly migration. What is a swarm of butterflies called? A group of butterflies is a fish called a kaleidoscope. A kaleidoscope of butterflies. What's the average lifespan of the butterfly? 12 months, a year. Good job. All right. These are the things about your environment that you should be invested in. I keep saying it. You are a human animal. Stop thinking that you are not, and you are somehow better. You are a creature of this world, and you are part of the connectedness to like the food and the chain and the lands and all that shit. You can't keep killing off everything. Kill off the biodiversity so there's only humans, cats, and dogs on this bitch. That is not appropriate. People who hate mosquitoes, I'm like, you don't like nature. I mean, they play just as big a part. And don't get me wrong, I'll smack the one on my arm too. But what I don't want you to do is spray pesticides indiscriminately against everything to kill as many and all of them as you can. Because I think it fucks with the bees and it fucks with all, you know. I don't like wasps either, but they're part of the chain. You can't control nature. Stop being arrogant about it. Uh yeah, it is what it is. Am I gonna get coffee? I'm not gonna get coffee. Yeah, I think we're going to end this one. I'm sort of tuckered out still, and I'm not going to have coffee. I have to adapt without all these stimulants, all the drinking and the hanging out and the partying. I got to get back to my old self, which was more physically fit, uh, less politically aggressive, let's call it, uh, less socially accepting of nonsense, which is why I'm now more politically aggressive, and more music in the show. That's what we want. Uh, we're not gonna keep you. I think maybe a lot of these should be down to 90 minutes versus 3 hours. You know, 90 minutes, 2 hours is about where we're headed, what we're looking for. Uh, I'll see you in the next one, man. I hope that you show up here for the 4 o'clock, excuse me, for the 6 o'clock show. My fingers are raw to the bone. I'm proud of it, but man, they feel weird. I think I'm gonna have to take an aspirin for them because I'm sensitive. Uh, yeah, and we know God strengthened this finger and this finger. These two are my priority now. Just getting them really strong. Uh, yeah. So go get your coffee. Go have breakfast. Go to IHOP. Take your girl out to dinner, out to breakfast. Take your man out to breakfast. Take the kids out to breakfast. Uh, Bring back a little doggy bag for your pooch. He's part of the family too. And please come through at 6, where I will be here, hopefully in a better state for you. And am I going to accomplish something today? I better accomplish something today. We'll see. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put this one as our worst show. I think this is our worst show because man, without coffee, I'm a mess. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and I guess this is where we'll end it. It is 8:30. I will see you at 6 tonight, hopefully, and if not, then 7 a.m. tomorrow, where I will be properly on point. And if I don't see you tomorrow at 7 a.m., then I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. before we start it all over again during the work week. Uh, 20 minutes to day 43. It is today, the 43rd day that we've been doing this on this Saturday morning. We got love for you. Uh, and yeah, why can't you? I said you can. Why can't you? Talk to you later.